What you looking at? You looking at me? You looking at me? I'm a cute little anime girl. What you looking at? Whoa! What you looking at? Say if you stare into her eyes for too long, the Pringles man stares back. Oh no! You guys, if we zoom in... Guys, you want to know the super dark secret? That if you zoom in too close, you zoom in too close, you zoom in too close, you zoom in too close. Oh god, there he is! Oh god, there he is! Here's what we're doing, you guys. I'm gonna take all my notes I just took and scratch that fucker out. New sheet of paper. I've got half an hour left that I'm allowed, that I can stream. I haven't saved yet. Speedrun hop, yes, exactly. Okay. Did it auto-save me? Okay, you know what? We're going over to Frankie's profile, because Frankie's clean. There's a lot of things that could have fucked that up. I think maybe playing in my Ariana profile did it, but... We're playing in Frankie's profile now. He's a good boy. He will not betray us. We're fucking speedrunning this. Are you guys ready? Okay, I'm not gonna name my character Dingus now. Let's go Bingus! Present. Oh no! Present! Oh no, roses! Present! Present! Where'd it go? It's right there! No! Can I- Huh? Present! No! And so now they're gonna lose their cool outfits, and you have to look at the back of Dag's jacket because it's great. Just wait. Come on, load.
We'll get you back for this.
Now they're just a.
Hey!
He's got a chicken on the back of his vest. He's got a chicken on the back of his vest.
Time to make a swift exit.
He's got a chicken.
No, wait.
He's got a chicken vest, you guys.
You're okay, right?
They're dinguses. They show up a few more times, just in like random places.
All right, let's get out of here before they come back with more of their friends.
See, don't you guys enjoy my streams? We talk about cannibalism. We go to all the dark places. Every one of my Pokemon is an ace. There's no fuckery on this team at all, and I like it like that. Hop has a breakdown after realizing he must participate in mortuary cannibals. Guys, Hop becomes the champion. Hop beats Leon. Hop must consume his older brother for power. Oh no! What is this world that we've created? What is this alternate universe? Welcome to my fucking live stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Oh yeah, I should change their classes so that I'm actually using those cool new asterisks I got. Okay, you guys, important. We've just gotten 2 new jobs, which means it's time for Walk, Fashion Baby. Because look at Seth's white mage. Look at him! Look at him! He's a soft boy! With his little newsboy hat, and his coat, and his pom-pom shoes. Look at him! He's got a little hoodie. He's got a little hood on his little jacket. Look at him! Oh, I'm in hell. I think this is what hell looks like. Hell is... No! The biggest of mommy milkers, please. Oh, and I got... Okie dokie. We are live. Is everything working? Yeehaw. It appears that it is. Excellent. Hi, everybody. What the heck is up? Person called also hello. This is cute. Thank you. Dunham's there and hello. Welcome. What is up, y'all? It's bakery time. Pachoo, pachoo, pachoo. Spookly plays hello. Dupli Ghost, hi. Hello, everybody. I am just letting you guys in Baker's Last Supper. No! Just baking. Just cute shit today. But yeah, here, I'll let you guys soak in this excessive line art that I did over the last several days of just poking at it until it was satisfactory. Oh, to bake cookies with your found family, right? Just look at these cuties. Oh, and here, I'll show you guys these too. So, I turned off the shading because I needed the flats. But these are the stickers for next month Mail Club. So there's, Vector with some cookies. And here's Frankie with a pancake that's shaped like him. He's very proud of Frankie Pancake. He's like, look, it's me! I love it very much. Okay. So, that is, we are coloring this today. I did kind of a, like a coloring mock-up. I'm not super in love with it. But we'll see. We'll see. At the very least, I need to do, like, flat colors for everything. BZ Rich, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. Was there an audio alert for that? Because I didn't hardly hear it. And I should have been able to hear it. Maybe I just have my volume turned down too low. Hi, DK. Okay, cool. Yeah, it wasn't super noisy, or it wasn't super loud for me, so I wasn't sure if you guys heard it. I guess it's just me, or my audio is turned down low. Because we're not playing video games, we are streaming for artin'. It's all Wind Wakery. Excellent, that was the goal. Oh dang, Recreator, thank you for the sub! When do I get those sparkly new sub icons? Right now, or you should at least. It should happen pretty much immediately. If subscribed for 7 months on a 4-month streak. So I'm not sure if you're gonna get the default, or if it counts as total. Post Recreator, post something else in the chat so we can see which icon you have. Yeah, so 1 to 6 months is purple. But then I think something else in the chat. Oh, yeah, so I'm not sure if you... Huh. Because you have a little, like, first thing. I think it might have been because you were one of my first subscribers. Maybe you get something special, but I'm not sure if I can control that. Huh. I'm learning new things about Twitch every day. Hashtag big first energy. But yeah, so for those who did... Why are you doing that? Excuse me. There. Thank you. I just need... Okay. Uniform colors. Too special. Too hashtag first. Also, we're just listening to some random lo-fi beats because that's what I was in the mood for. So I literally just looked up, like, lo-fi beats on Spotify, and this is what it gave me. Oh, I forgot to give my boy his hand colors. There we go. So yeah, the nice thing about uniform... Oh, I forgot Frankie's little collar decorations. Hold on. Oh, golly gee. Whoa. Golly gee. Willikers. I can fix that real quick. Gave everybody these little collar decorations because they're cute. My mind was blown when you showed the how not to have white border when fill thing. Yeah, a lot of people's minds got blown by that apparently. Like, the reason I post those is because like, this is all stuff that I didn't know you could do in Clip Studio when I first got the program, and I figure there's either people who haven't been using it, or they have been using it and they don't know about certain features that could make their lives a lot easier. And so I am here to provide. Pachoo, pachoo, pachoo. But I had some folks get sassy with me over some of the tutorials that I posted. Pastel Pancake 7, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. Your name is very appropriate because we're doing bakery shenanigans, and here's a character with a pancake shaped like himself. Yay. Apron colors. I need to decide what the rest of the colors are going to be for this uniform because I haven't thought about it too hard. Also, Frankie has more fitting white gloves in this iteration. Haha! Gonna do everybody's uniform first. It'll make things a little bit easier. Oh yeah, so what I was saying was I got some people being sassy with me when I posted like I posted that one tutorial that was like, here's how you do like, you can draw the shape and then just put an outline effect around it, and it's faster than doing it the other way sometimes. And a lot of people were like, no, it's not, that's dumb, that's stupid, that's not the best way to do it. It was like, there's other ways, it's faster. And I'm like, they're just like, why don't you just draw a big dot and then erase the center of the circle? I'm like, this is good for things other than circles, but I suppose it's my own fault for not showing that. So now I have to make another video that shows off more of the things you can do with that same hack so that the randos on the internet will stop being mean to me. Because some people were chill about it, but others were very mean. But you all will be glad to know that I have muted those people because fuck them. Me and my BFFs have a problem. We love Frankie so much. Me and one of my BFFs just spanned pancakes to each other for like 30 minutes. Oh, that's cute. I enjoy that. I'm glad you guys like Frankie. He would do the same, believe me. Yeah, I know it's the internet, but it's like, come on, y'all. You don't have to be a butthole about it. Shit. Anyway, so now I gotta make a different video that shows off more stuff you can do with that same trick. Like, I drew a ladder the other day. Here, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So you can, so let's say that so the tutorial I showed, wrong thing. The tutorial I showed was like, instead of drawing a circle like this, you draw it in white, and then you can add a black outline around it, and then later you can like just isolate the black part, so that makes your line art easily. And people were like, why don't you just draw a black Okay. My program is saving. Hold on. Thank you. Why don't you just draw a black circle and then erase the center? That's totally easier. Anyway, but what I was trying to say to those people, and they weren't getting it, which is why I now have to make a separate video, is you can do all kinds of stuff. You can make a circle, you do what I was doing yesterday, you can draw a ladder, like, really easily and not have to ink, like, every single rung on the ladder. You can just, like, there, it's a fucking ladder. It's really good for, like, wires and shoelaces and shit. It's cool. And people were like, it's useless, their tip's bad. And I'm like, here's an idea. Be gone. And then I mute them. Ha 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 ha. Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying these lo-fi anime beats to chill and relax to, because I am feeling fairly relaxed. Neospore and Oreo123, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. We're drawing bakery stuff. Look at all my kiddos. They are good beans. And then I think we can make like the pants the same color. So here's a story for you guys. You guys like stories. I'll tell you guys a story that is partially the inspiration for this piece. I've talked about this on stream, but I actually used to work at a bakery. Technically. I worked at a cheesecake factory in the bakery department. It's a big misnomer because there was no baking done in that building. The cheesecakes from Cheesecake Factory, get this, you guys, cheesecakes and cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory, all made in California, frozen, and then shipped to the various cheesecake factories around the planet Earth. And so my job as a quote-unquote baker at the Cheesecake Factory was, doesn't that make it more of a cheesecake warehouse? Yeah, it does. Cheesecake Fulfillment Center. That's exactly what it is. You're correct. But yeah, and so apparently it was a whole thing where, like, they didn't want the recipe getting out, and so in order to avoid it, they just, like, made all their cheesecakes in-house and then shipped them out, because the fewer places that were making the cheesecakes, the less opportunity there was for the recipes to get stolen. Which on the one hand I get, but on the other, is very disappointing. When you get hired as a baker at a restaurant when you're first out of college and you can't get a studio job, and you're like, okay, well, maybe I'll apply for food service. And then you get a call back from the Cheesecake Factory, and they're like, hey, we know you applied for a host position, but do you want to work in the bakery department instead? I was like, that sounds fun! Hell yeah, I'll do that! And then my job basically boiled down to take cheesecake out of freezer, put cheesecake on plate, put whipped cream on cheesecake, and then send it out. It was so boring, but also so extremely physically demanding because the case was kind of like low to the ground. And so it was it was bending over, like, and standing back up like 100 times in an hour. And my back was always so sorry, like 7-hour shifts of bend over, stand back up, bend over, stand back up, bend over, stand up, bend back over, stand back up. Oof. It was not good for my back. I worked there for 6 months before I finally got an actual art-related job, and didn't quit immediately because my dad was like, you should keep working the Cheesecake Factory job like on weekends so you can get some extra money. And I did that for like 2 weeks before I realized that working 1 hour of overtime at my new job was equivalent to working a full overtime shift at Cheesecake Factory, and I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done with this. This is not worth $7 an hour. And then I left. So, that's what inspired this image. Is the job that I wish I could have had instead. Yeah, it was just above minimum wage. It was like $7.50 or something. I think it might have actually been a little bit more than that, but after they took taxes out, it was like $7.50 an hour. So, you know, shit pay, basically. Not worth it. And then I instead got an extremely cushy desk job where I got to sit on my ass and draw all day. And that was awesome. Until they kept trying to fire me for like a year straight. But that's a whole other story. I forget if I've told that story on stream. I maybe have. I feel like I have. That was my like, doing art for standardized testing job. I can tell that story again because I feel like I have more viewers now, so there's probably a large percentage of people in my chat who have not heard the story of how my second job out of high school kept trying to fire me. To be fair, it was corporate that was trying to fire me because they were just looking at numbers. The reason I was able to stay on was because I had an excellent manager who really liked me and acknowledged that I was like the only person on the team who could do some of the animation stuff they needed done. And also there was like a whole string of maternity leaves that kept me on for like an extra 6 months each time, but you know, that's again part of the story. So anyway, my second job after Cheesecake Factory. So I graduated college. First job was a Cheesecake Factory. Second job was at a like a testing center development type place. Like if I said the name, any American would recognize the company, but I don't especially want to like give out that info. So I'm just gonna not say the name of the company. It's a very, very well-known educational development company, and I was in the standardized testing department, which basically meant that if you're an American, you know that you take like your end of the year standardized tests to see how smart you are compared to all the other kids in your grade level. So basically, if you're taking like one of those end of the year tests and there's a picture of a gerbil in the test booklet, I was the person who drew the gerbil. So if that gives you guys an idea. Like we didn't just draw like cute pictures though, it was a lot of graphs, it was a lot of charts, it was a lot of just like boring shit, but occasionally, we got to draw gerbils. And that was usually my job. There were like me and a handful other people. We were like better at the, we did all of this in Adobe Illustrator for the record. So it was a lot of vector drawing. Which like, and me and my, it was me and another girl who went to a different art school, and we both got hired like on the same day. And we both had like art degrees, and so a lot of times when we had to do a lot of like nice art really quickly, they would come to me, and my coworker's name was Ashley, and they'd be like, "Hey y'all, can you all like draw us a whole bunch of gerbils really fast?" And we'd be like, "I guess it's time to draw some gerbils," and then we would just draw gerbils for a long time. And we had to do like realistic looking people drawings, things like that. A lot of it was like splicing together 9 different stock photos so they couldn't trace it back, and then like tracing over it. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna use the eyes from this picture and then the nose from this picture, I'm gonna smash them together and then make it look like it's all one picture when I draw over it just as a line art drawing. Just to make sure we got, you know, proportions correct. So I worked at that job. I got hired originally for like a 6-month contract at that job. And at the end of my 6 months, they ended up extending my contract for an additional 2 years, which was awesome because I was finally eligible to get like benefits and stuff. It was fucking great. But then 1 year into my 2-year contract, my boss takes me to the back room, sits me down, and says that because we had lost one of our biggest contracts that year, they had to let go of a bunch of people. And so, of course, being technically I was a temp employee, I was the first one on the chopping block. But that they were able to give me 2 months notice so that I could have some time to like finish up the projects I was working on and find something new. And oh, I should be doing this on a background layer. It's fine, whatever. And so I had 2 months then to find a new job. And I had gotten this job because I wasn't able to find a job in my field, and so now I suddenly was on a timer where I had to find a new job in my field, or else I would be, say it with me now, unemployed! Yay! Hooray! And so unsurprisingly, was not able to find anything. But what ended up happening was, because we ended up getting like a lot of animation work around that time. These look like titties. I can't make them that close to skin color. Okay. Ignore that. Anyway, him. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So we ended up, like, getting a bunch of, like, work tickets. We can get rid of the wood grain so this is easier to color. We ended up getting a lot of work tickets around the same time of, like, animation stuff, which at the time I was one of the only people who could do animation stuff. And also, one of my co-workers was about to have a baby and had to take, like, 3 months of maternity leave. And so my supervisor, who loved me, who did not want me to leave under any circumstances, who didn't want to fire me, but it was literally corporate looking at a spreadsheet and going like, okay, she's a temporary employee, bye. My boss was able to take that maternity leave and be like, hey, we're about to lose some people. Can we keep Star on for another 3 or 4 months? And corporate was like, okay. And so then I got to stay at that job for another, like, 2 or 3 months. And then once that coworker came back, they're like, okay, Star, now you have a month to go and find a new job. And I was like, oh, dang. But then about 3 weeks later, another one of my coworkers also went on maternity leave. And so my boss, my supervisor, went back to corporate and was like, hey, corporate, once again, we have a thing with someone else is going on maternity leave. Can we keep paying Star for another few weeks? And they were like, okay. And so I was basically able to extend my contract at that job. Like, they tried to fire me, and then I was able to just stay on by sheer power of will and other people having babies for like an extra year. And then when the original end of what was supposed to be the end of my contract came around, my boss was like, hey, so good news, corporate's not going to try and fire you anymore because we've gotten some new positions. We're actually going to start hiring some new people, which means that you don't have to leave. You can stay and keep working here. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. By the way, I got a job teaching in Japan. I'm leaving in 2 months. So, womp womp, that's how that ended. Is that after a point, I left. If I didn't get into JET program, I would have been able to stay at that job, but since I got in, I wasn't going to turn down that opportunity. In other words, see ya! It was absolutely not worth the stress, no. Like, even if they did hire me back, I would have kept looking for something else because it was too goddamn stressful to be constantly thinking, I wonder if I'll have a job at the end of the week. It was bonkers. So, don't want to do that again, which is why I am now gainfully self-employed, where instead I just have to have that stress every single day of my life when I wonder if I'll be able to eat at the end of the month. Yay! I am joking, I am 100% joking. Do not take that as a cry for help. That is me just being sarcastic doomer. I'm actually doing quite well for myself. I'd be doing better if conventions were open. But what can you do? I don't think I've drawn an illustration this detailed in a while. I can't remember the exact last time I drew an illustration this detailed. But the last one I remember going absolutely ham on was that, like, tiefling print that I now use for my thank you cards, for my store. My extremely over-detailed, tiefling magic shop print that I still love to pieces, like, 3 years after I drew it originally. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I can, somebody post a link. I'm busy. Somebody who knows what I'm talking about, post a link to it. Oh wait, shit, I have links turned off. Oh no! Post it in the Discord. We have a Discord. Here's the Discord. Again, my Discord is mostly for my webcomic, which is what we are drawing right now. But we do have a stream chat channel in there where I post things related to streaming. Get some, like, nice curtains. I can't wait for cons to come back so that I can actually, you know, like, do the thing that I moved back from Japan to do. It's the one you send out with every store order? Yes, that one. Because it's the little tiefling picture that I use for the back of my thank you cards. I may or may not have read it 7 times. Aw, thank you! I'm glad you enjoy it that much. I'm just making up colors as I go here. I did feel a bit silly placing an order for the tiefling print and getting a free smaller copy. Yeah, that's the one downside of using that print for thank you cards, is like everybody kind of gets like a kind of a cheapy, glossy postcard version of it. But also the ones that I sell are a little bit bigger and they're on my fancy, nice paper stock that's like slightly metallic and looks shiny depending on what angle you look at. You look at it with... Oof, I speak English. If it makes you feel better, you are not the only one who has done that. I don't exactly advertise that you're gonna get that print for free when you buy. Fun part is that now I gotta figure out like colors for all this random stuff in the background. Nice when you get surprise goodies when you order something. Yeah, I know that a lot of people who sell stickers, they include like little free stickers. I do like, so when you order something from my store, by the way, here's my store, beep, it's in the chat. When you buy something from my store, I have like little thank you cards, that are the little tiefling mini print that I mentioned earlier. And I also do, free vector stickers. They're very small, they're not waterproof or anything. But they're just like little bonus stickers that I hand out. Just to be extra. One of these can be like sugar or something. Various random spices. More vector art, but yeah, it's just an advertisement for the comic. So I also include like a little postcard that is more specifically an ad for the comic, because it has that big group shot that I drew with like all the main characters on it, and then on the back it has like a summary of the plot, so people can be like, oh, what is this? Oh, a comic! I will go read it! You sent me a waterproof version of that mini vector sticker on my last order. Is that an ultra rare collector's item? Technically, yes. So the vector stickers are usually like, they're not waterproof, they're not anything special, they're literally just very plain regular sticker paper. But sometimes when I'm organizing my sticker sheets, So like when I print out all the stickers, sometimes I'll have a little bit of extra room. And if I have a little bit of extra room and I can't fit another whole sticker onto it, I'll just slap some vector stickers down on there so I'm not wasting the paper. And so if you've ever gotten a glossy vector sticker, that was a leftover that meant that I, at some point recently, printed out a sticker sheet that had some extra room on it. And I just used vector to fill in the space. That's what those are from. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle. According to something. I don't know, is that a Transformers reference? I don't know. IDK, bro. Lo-fi beats to draw a bakery to. I'll be honest, I don't listen to this type of music much, but when I do, chill the fuck out. It's nice. Bugcoles, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. Drawing a bakery. Yeehaw. With an emphasis on the yeet. Was overly excited to see the package was recyclable too. Yeah, I like using the eco-enclosed mailers because they are recyclable. And I enjoy things that are recyclable. It feels slightly better for the planet. See these bakers being animated into an intro. Aw, that'd be cute. That would be cute and fun. What else should this bakery have? I saw a picture on Pinterest of like this cute little baker illustration that had green walls. I'm gonna try that. I might not keep it. But I'm gonna try it just so we can get like some non-warm colors in here. And then we're gonna say that these are like little terracotta pots on the shelf. Oh, that's not terracotta color. Oop, not even a little bit. Here we go. Kablam. Love your art. Saw us on TikTok, so I thought I'd come chill. Welcome! Welcome to the chill zone. We are chill as hell here. Also, thank you. I am glad you like my arts. Look at these little plants. Anywhere Marina goes, she has to have plant decorations. Because that's just the type of person she is. She's like, you know what this place needs? Plants. And then she just fills it with plants. Yeah, wherever Marina goes, a plant follows. That's how it works. I envy Marina's ability to keep plants alive. Honestly, same! Because I cannot even keep succulents alive, though to be fair, that is largely the fault of my damn cat, who keeps knocking my succulent buddies off the shelf by eating them and just yeeting them across the room. Very rude. She's not even looking at me, she's sleeping. Little Molly cat is just hanging out. Ah! I dropped my stylus. Okay, here. I'm going to turn this off. So I can actually see where I haven't colored yet. Then take a moment to save, which is going to take forever because I am also doing a time lapse of this, which means that the file takes longer to save. Who's going to water Marina's plants when she's away from home? A good question. A very good question. Yeah, all those poor little plant buddies. Rip. Life, finds a way. She comes back to the island, and then just all of her plants have completely taken over. Look at all these freaking plants! You're almost at 800 followers. Oh, dang, I am! Well, look at that. Thanks, everybody. I know only a small percentage of those 800 people are here, but thank you anyway for your support and chilling with me. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming to watch me draw bread. Look at all these frickin' loaves. Frankie! What are you gonna do with all those loaves? He doesn't know. He could very likely sword fight with his loaves, to be fair. That is probably a thing that he would do. Let's be real here. So I'm kind of mad at myself. I drew out these little cookie shapes in a sketch and then I accidentally deleted the sketch and did too much stuff before I realized, oh no! They are no longer, the sketch is no longer here, so this is gonna be me completely just roughing these. Have you guys ever just existed on Instagram and watched people decorate those fancy sugar cookies? That's what this is gonna be. It's like the royal frosting or whatever. It looks tasty as hell and I want to eat it. Vector is learning how to do that. So that's what these are gonna be. Little character cookies. They're itty bitty. And then this one is gonna be Rory's. That's a little too yellow. There. I want to make cast-off cookies and I might. Ooh, if you do, please post pictures. I want to see. Rory Cookie gets little eyebrows because she's a gremlin and she deserves them. Okay, and then the Ariana Cookie. I'm just drawing these from memory of what the sketch looked like. Oh, that's very yellow, but you know what? I'm gonna keep it. Because it's pretty close. Frowny Ariana face. She go, mer. I'm gonna make the lines a little thicker so you can see them better. Little Ariana Cookie. She's like, grr. Okay, and then this one is the Marina Cookie. She's just a cloud person with her fluffy hair. Whoa. Okay. Turn down the area scaling a bit there. Evgemaranth, hello! Welcome to Cookie Stream. The Cookie Buddies. Okay, I'm gonna flip this one upside down, because Frankie's watching Vector do the Frankie cookie, and so that's why he's going all like, oh! Tell me, how do you make the best Angie faces? You draw a dot, you draw another dot, you go herp, herp, herp. Like that. You weren't joking about your coloring speed. Would have taken me 30 minutes to get through all the cookies. See, y'all? I'm telling ya, you gotta learn how to do your art hacks. It will save you so much time. And people on Twitter will still be mean to you when you tell them this. But it's okay, we just mute them and move on. I'm gonna come back and fix this Frankie one in a minute, don't at me. Frankie has the most detail on his silly face. People on Twitter are always mean. Yeah, I usually don't get too much of people being assholes on Twitter just because I don't tend to attract that kind of people when I just talk about my animes and my webcomic. I don't tend to naturally attract that sort of conversation. Look at these little cookies! Look at the little cookies! Oh, the babies! I love my baby cookies! Look at them! Stars a cozy social media presence. I am! I'm cozy, but I yell, just like my cat. Okay, so we'll say the Vector is doing this frosting. Make it a little lighter because it's in a frosting bag. Let's do like some other frosting colors. We can do yellow. We can do blue. Do like white. None of these cookies have white on them except for Frankie, but it's fine. Don't worry about it too much. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to say, hey, what if these colors are affected by the bags that they're in? I'm going to make them a little lighter. Precious boy did make his first batch of sugar cookies. He's learning so fast, look at him go. Marina's like, oh, he's a little champion, look at him. Frankie's looking. He's like, oh, that is not your hair color, Frankie. What is going on there? Or is it? Oh, dang, it just looks so much like darker and less saturated by comparison to the background. It threw me off. I'm gonna change this floor color because it needs to be darker so that their uniform colors still pop out. There. We want the characters to stand out. That is the important part. Now I just have to finish coloring the stuff on the bookshelves and the flats will be done! Yeehaw! Just various cookbooks and things on the shelf. Here, in case you guys have a bingo card going, here's some bookshelf brush. whenever I draw, like, any large illustration, it basically becomes an I Spy with brushes that I've made. Like, can you spot the custom brushes? Because Star uses them all the dang time. Rory, don't eat the donuts, they're for sale. She can eat what she wants! He's like, it's my donut now, what are you gonna do about it? Fucking nothing. Yeah, she's got a little chewy face because she's chewing on her donut. And she's like, yum. And Ariana's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, bro, dude, chill out. You're gonna get sick again, just like you did last week. And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm invincible and I will live forever. Give me a donut. Is Rory just me in college? Maybe. Eating a dozen donuts in one morning and then just feeling extremely sick for the rest of the day. Yeah, she would. She absolutely would. What are you gonna do? Fire me? Rory would steal a pineapple from the cafeteria. Oh my god, you guys are too good at remembering the bullshit stories I tell on stream. I'd say stop it, but honestly, I'm just impressed at this point. What's with all these hee-hees in the chat? Yeah. Y'all hee-heeing at me? Let's fill in any stray gaps. Line out off. What are we looking at here? Good. So many hee-hoes. Lurking while I comic, but this is so cute. Thank you! Hi, Rami! What's up? You broke the hee-hee streak! There's too many hee-hees. Back to regular conversation, please. When I snap my fingers, we will go back to having a normal conversation. Jeez. Y'all! Stop it! I'm trying to draw and I'm laughing. People are messaging me on Discord. Who's talking to me? Committed hee-hee blasphemy. I'm not sure if you could call it blasphemy. You're my hero. The one person on my blasphemy. No! Oh god! It is consuming everyone. The hee-hees. Oh man, friend is messaging me something about a circus that apparently looks like it's something out of the Magnus archives, and I'm like, friend, that's dangerous. Let's fucking go. Yeah, I did little character cookies. I want to eat them. I want to eat them. Just consume my children. Don't take that out of context. Alright, what are we doing? Oh, so that is one thing I want to do. Is, because some of these things are like a little bit see-through. Yeah, don't take that out of context. Famous last words. You said even more questionable things. How dare you be so extremely correct? Who gave you the right? I feel like these should be frosted donuts. I spent today learning Blender and learning how to donut. I feel like these donuts should have some frosting on them, like the Blender donut tutorial that everybody knows about. Oh, I need to turn that back up. Little donut. I only followed like the first 15 minutes of the donut tutorial though before I just went, I got this, and just screamed at my computer until modeling happened. That's a thing I can talk about because I know that not everybody here follows me on Twitter. I learned Blender today. Just today. In order to help with like the next scene of the comic that I have to draw. The idea of learning Blender so that I would have a consistent 3D model to look at when I'm drawing the next several pages of the comic. Learning a whole new 3D modeling program was easier to stomach than trying to roughhand all of the perspective that I would have had to do for the next several pages. So I just sat down and I was like, fine. Guess I'll fucking learn Blender finally. Because I wanted to do it when I was on my hiatus a few months ago, and then John Mulaney voice, and then I didn't. 3D models for comics are lifesavers. They really, truly are. And now that I somewhat know what I'm doing, like, when I have an indoor scene, I have a program called Room Sketcher that I like to use. Because that one has, like, a big library of, like, furniture and stuff that I can just peruse and just drop shit into the scene. But for this scene, it was an outdoor scene, and I needed, like, full buildings, and I'm like, oh god, oh no. Here, I can show you guys. I can just like grab the screen cap from earlier and pop it up on the screen so you guys can see. Un segundo. Look at all that copy image. Thank you. Everyone, behold my ugly Lego houses. Look at them. I modeled this in like 2 hours. You didn't want to draw, so instead you learned how to model an entire town. Listen, tell me that drawing this perspective would have been faster. No, fuck that. Because I have to draw this scene from like 100 different angles over the next couple of pages of the comic. And so I said, fuck that. And so I modeled a whole, like, little segment of town. So that I would have something to work with. So I have, like, my personal Twitter, so you guys aren't gonna be able to find these tweets, which is why I'm saying it was on my personal Twitter. I've got a private Twitter for stuff that's just, like, more personal discussions of things that I don't necessarily want to blast out to the entire internet. And I remember on there, when I was scripting this scene, like 3 years ago, I was like, haha, wow, this is gonna suck to draw. Good luck, future me. And now, 3 years later, I am future me, cursing out the me of, like, 2017 for their crimes. Because, I am in so much pain. But it's fine because it's gonna look good. Dear me of the past, first of all, fuck you. Secondly, I know you have good intentions, but one of those scenes where it has to look right and then you have to make it look right, yeah. And now I have a new weapon for drawings. Exactly. Like you guys, I majored in 3D animation. I should know how to 3D model, but the problem is that I learned in Maya, which I haven't touched since I graduated. No. But yeah, so that actually brings me to another point that I'm gonna, like, I'm gonna make a formal announcement about this, but I am going to be dropping the comic down to 1 page a week just for a little while. Just because the next several pages are going to be so detail heavy, and I have 100 other things on my to-do list that I really just need time to, like, sit down and draw and do and work on. So, like, it's not a full stop hiatus, it's just we're gonna be Fridays only for a small amount of time. Just until I can kind of, like, get myself back in good working order again. Chapter 10 is gonna take you over a year to finish. Like, it was gonna take me over a year without stops. This is just me, like, trying to not burn myself out. Chapter 10 is the beefiest chapter. It's so beefy. Comically beefy, you might say. I'm not leaving anytime soon. Yeah, I thank you guys. I always appreciate, like, I always get worried that, like, people are gonna drop the comic if I take too long to update. And I know that, like, 1 page a week is not a bad update schedule for a comic. But I always get worried, so it's nice that I have the reassurance. You need a care cube. Care cube is blue. It's like shame cube, but it's blue. It's the care cube. Oh my god. So folks in the Discord who've been on the Discord for a little bit might remember this, but the guy So, for those who did not know, I'm gonna go ahead and give, like, the whole background to this story. For those who did not know, shortly after I started the Cast-Off Discord, a couple of the members from the Cast-Off Discord made, like, their own little branch-off Discord that is specifically for fans of Cast-Off getting together to play D&D. One, very wholesome, love it. Even if I don't, like, participate, I just enjoy the fact that that exists. And I'm like, that's very wholesome. I love this. But now, like, so that's been active almost as long as the Cast-Off Discord itself has. But now, apparently, there's some folks who are joining the Cast-Off D&D server who are not familiar with Cast-Off, and I do not have full context because, like, it's a lot to read through. But apparently, like, there was a guy who joined the Cast-Off Discord recently who apparently was a member of the Cast-Off D&D server, hadn't read the comic, and was confused about why people kept posting about the fucking shame cube. And he just busted into the chat and was like, yo, what is the shame cube? And we're like, welcome to the Cast-Off Discord, here's some cubes. Oh, it was incredible. Oh, I laughed so hard. I was, like, confused, but once I figured out what was happening, I was dying laughing. I'm like, oh god, this poor soul. No one is going to explain it to him. They're just gonna keep posting the shame cube emote. And there are a few members of the game I am in who have not read Cast-Off. I demanded they read it. Oh, thank you. Just put them in shame cube until they read it. That's the best way to go. Or just keep talking about shame cube until they eventually, like, bust down the door to the Discord and demand it explained to them, which is what happened in this case. It was very funny. Oh gosh. Like, part of me felt a little bit bad for the guy, but another part of me was just like, good. I cannot imagine what led to this. Well, I mean, I can't imagine. It's fucking beautiful. It's just giving me a giggle. I'm surprised nobody's commented on what my Discord status is. I don't read people's Discord statuses. What's your Discord status? Mine has been, like, comics and idols 24/7 for, like, 3 years straight, because I never change it. Oh, the Demon Slate, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. As of last night, in the shame cube. Excellent, excellent. I'm sure the cube appreciates your company. Keep the shame cube warm. So I haven't made a video about this, but for those who want some more Clip Studio #art hacks, you can click and drag to color stuff in. So for example, so where's an area with like a lot of little pieces? So if I wanted to color in like these baguettes, you can click and drag. Oh, it is the wrong layer. You can click and drag. That's not showing up super well, but you can just click and drag and it will only fill in things that are similar colors. It's very handy. Oh, there's little bird sound effects in this lo-fi beat to chill and relax to. Hell yeah. Aw, dang, you know what I just realized? In my haste to get the stream set up today, I forgot to get myself my water cup. No! Dang it. I am thirsty and have no cup to sip. God damn it. Hydrate. I knew it! I knew it! I knew someone was gonna do it! Hang on. Listen to me scream for a moment while I go get my cup. Whee! I'm fucking cup. Ready to go. Okay, I'm back. Too many hydrates! Jeez! Y'all! Calm down. I am doing the sip. Big sippy. That is so many points, holy crap. Stretch break. Stretch break. Everybody stretch. Stand up if you can. Put your hands in the air like you just don't care. And then flex your muscles. Oh, I don't know if that popped up on the mic, but my shoulder just cracked really loud. Hell yeah. Squeaky chair ASMR, anyone? Squeak. Oh no, the mic didn't pick it up. Damn it. Oh well, just imagine the chair squeak. Oh y'all, can I tell you guys a terrible story related to my squeaky chair? Because I'm still mad. I'm still fuming about this days later. So, I've been occasionally, I will take like stream clips, like funny stream clips of me streaming, you know, stream clips. And I've been like editing them and posting them on TikTok. Just to kind of like advertise a little bit and be like, hey, I'm a streamer, by the way. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, come to my stream. We talk about Pringles too much. And And so one that I posted was, I think it was from like the very first Pringles stream where I was just like laughing so hard I could hardly breathe. And somebody was like, is this what being high feels like? And then someone else commented like, I wonder what Star's on and can I have some? And I was like, you want to know what I'm on? You want to know what I'm fucking on? I'm on a desk chair and it's really squeaky. And there was just several like chair squeaks from when I just like bounced back and forth on my chair. Just bouncing back and forth on my chair because like the main like axis of the chair is very squeaky. And I thought it was funny. And to be fair, I was right. It is funny. Maybe not the funniest Twitch TikTok I've ever posted, but I needed that hashtag content, so there you go. They can't all be bangers, am I right? Anyway, so I posted that, and it went unnoticed, largely, which is fine, because it was just like stand-in content, whatever. And then a few days ago, it got one comment from some motherfucker who is just like posted like the red-faced panting emoji and was just like, I heard the squeaky chair and my thoughts went crazy. And I'm like, get the fuck out! Blocked him immediately, deleted the comment, and just, oh god. The phone off the table, there we go. And it was just like, oh god, I feel dirty. No. Fuck you. Be gone. So, I think that might have been shocking. I think that might have been my very, very first creepy interaction in a public place on the internet. Because people, like, I don't know what it is about, like, just my presence in general, but people tend to not be that creepy around me. I guess I just don't attract that type of person. But goddamn. It was extremely inappropriate. I blocked him immediately. Haven't heard from him since. Thank goodness. Stay the fuck away from me. But like, I feel dirty. Gross. Anyway, let's talk about something more pleasant. People are talking about ponytails. I just like giving Ariana different hairstyles when I can, because it's fun. I mean, I give Vector little ponytails sometimes too, and like Marina has like little side braids. I just like to like, with the AU drawings, I can kind of sort of like adjust the designs of the characters on the fly a little bit. It's fun. Give every character a ponytail, exactly. My magnum opus, my destiny, my purpose. Give everyone a ponytail. That's what I was built for. Also, I just really love characters with ponytails, so, like, you know, that too. Yeah, imagine you turned Freakazoid on the guy. Everyone was having a great time until you showed up. I mean, basically, I was pissed. Changing characters' hairstyles as time goes on is something that gives me life about drawing a long-form comic. Yes! Exactly! Exactly! Because, like, you see their looks change as they go through character growth. I'm doing, like, a lot of gestures with my hands that you guys can't see, but you can pretend like you can. Just dramatic hand gestures. I just think it's fun. And also, like, so, I don't think this counts as spoilers. The kids are gonna be getting some outfit changes soon, and I am so excited. Except that I actually have to come up with the outfits for their outfit changes soon, and I'm like, oh no! Me, conceptualizing characters getting an outfit change. Yes, good. Me, actually having to design the new outfits. So, you know. That's the vibe for me, at least. Does that mean no more crime overalls, though? I'm not gonna answer that. You will see. I'm a genius! Oh, no! We know you like scarves and ponytails for character designs. What else do you like? Ooh, good question. I like characters with voluminous flippy hairs. Because then you can draw going like flip, flip, flip. What else? I like freckles. I draw a lot of freckles on characters. Just because it seems like a cute little thing to add, and it's easy to add, just freckles. Go. What else? Oh, I mean, like, the entire caveat of the comic, I fucking love characters with glowy eyes. Like, just special eyes in general. But especially the glowies. Angry, smooshy faces, yeah, but that's less of a character design thing and more of, like, just a drawing characters thing. I do like drawing, like, the smooshy, angry faces. Because when you get angry, you smoosh your face in. Like, make an angry face right now, and your face gets all smooshy. You know, those are fun to draw. Haha, I just tricked you into making a silly face. Hope no one was watching you. Haha. Anyway. I tricked you. Surprise. I gotta know, though, how many of you guys actually did just make a little angry face just now? Because I told you to. Hee hee hee. Now it's my hee hee moment. This is revenge for earlier. Tee hee. Yeah, get those hands up there. Get those, like, fictional hands up there. I want to see them. Does Ariana's face hurt from being angry all the time? She is immune to anger-related face hurting. It's why she can stomach being so angry all the time. Put that on the wiki and advertise it as a true fact. Are we all having fun here today? Are we having fun? Making angry faces. When you work the muscles enough, they get strong. Yeah, she's worked out all of her core facial muscles. And she can now be angry without it hurting. Hee hee, etc. Okay, I'm skipping this one because it's got water noises in it and making me uncomfortable. Okay, there we go. Sorry if you guys like water noises in your lo-fi music, but not for me. She can now be angry without it hurting. Funny to say, but when you think about her character and realize it's a lie, you can tell yourself like in an alley. Aw. Yeah. Ariana's been through some, shit. Her whole character plotline is ouchy, to be fair. Yeah, listen, Maria didn't have a lot of friends growing up on just this random-ass island. She's like me. She has 1,000 hobbies. You learn to keep yourself occupied. Also, you can talk to plants. They usually don't talk back, but you can talk to them. She adopted a supposed criminal as her friend, so yeah, I like how much, like, I don't think anyone has really delved into this in the comments or the Discord or anything, but just, like, consider what Marina's life must have been like before Rory if she was willing to take Rory as her friend. Like, Rory she makes a bad first impression, but also, like, yeah, she is wanted by the guard for some shit, so just think about it a little bit, and it will tell you a lot about their relationship and the type of people that they are. Do we know what for yet? I don't believe it has been mentioned in the narrative, but it will be soon. So, you guys can probably guess, though. To be fair. Let me turn the wood grain back on now. Yay. I didn't want to make people angry by liking Rory. Rory is like... I'm surprised how big the rift is, I guess. Of, like, people either adore her or they hate her guts. It feels like there is no in-between. Which kind of surprised me. Because, like, I remember when, she's kind of undergoing the same character... Like, we're learning more about her as the story goes on, kind of like the same way that we did with Ariana, where she comes in, and she's an asshole, and everyone hates her, and then over the next, like, course of the story, people are like, oh, I understand why you're like this. And now Ariana's, like, a lot of people's favorite character. But Rory, people either just super adore her, or they hate her guts. And I'm like, listen, you all are gonna love her eventually, whether you like it or not. But I just think it's interesting how many people just adore the gremlin energy right off the bat. Yeah, tragic backstory. We're gonna get into some shit here. Oh, dang! Conkier, thank you for the Prime sub! Aw, dang! One step closer to new emotes! Thank you so much. I hope you can join us for a future one if you gotta go. We'll be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, baby. I thought Rory was younger than Frankie and Vector until I looked at the character ages. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to, like, sneak in the character ages into the actual comic more blatantly. Because, like, the idea was, like, that, like, Rory is close to their age, but she is technically, like, a little bit older than them. Not by much, but a little bit. But yeah, just when thinking about characters, I like to think, what would make you like... I come up with their personalities first, and then I think, what would make you like this? What would make you behave this way? And, Rory's got some shit in her backstory that we are gonna get to. And that's fun. And all I'm gonna say about that is that, why are you this way? I will say that there lieth hints in the character playlists. Wink, wink, wink. So everybody's I've got character playlists for all the characters on the website. They're just like Spotify playlists. And if you ever want, like, more material for theories, go look at the character playlists, cause I've snuck some stinkers in there. Yes, the boys are the only ones who've had their actual ages stated. Everybody else is just kind of an enigma. A mystery wrapped in an enigma burrito. But I want to, like, be more blatant, because I keep getting people shipping Vector and Ariana, and I'm like, y'all, they're like, she's like 7 years older than him, and that's technically pedophilia, okay. No, listen, those are out there. The playlists are out there for those who wish to, like, observe them. And now I'm curious which one that you are specifically talking about, because I'm not gonna, like, confirm or deny anything, but I will do my usual, interesting, and then no further things. I ended up not playing and just putting ages on my cast page so people didn't ship James with the kids. Yeah, I remember you talking about that a long time ago, and I'm like, oof, y'all. The problem is a lot of these people are on Webtoons, and there's no cast page on Webtoon, and I'm like, oof. Blah. I need to put, like, just an update between chapters and be like, here's the characters' ages. Stop shipping them. Stop it. Just whack them with a rolled up newspaper. I got one on Tapas like as recently as a couple days ago, where somebody commented on a page from chapter 4 that was like, you need to redraw this panel and re-upload it so that Ariana has blushies when she's talking to Vector. And I'm like, get out of here! Who are you? Where are your parents? Are you allowed to be on the internet? Don't you have to be in grade school? Your 4th grade teacher misses you. Go to class, 4th grader. Get some rest, child. Literal child. In my comment section. Do not observe my comic baby. I know! Oh god. So, last year I'm having the fan art contest right now. But I also had a fan art contest last year. And the fan art contest last year, I got one entry that was like, I had such mixed feelings about. Because on the one hand, I loved it. It was so cute, so pure, adorable, precious. Like, yes, thank you for this art. I shall treasure it dearly. It was also submitted by a literal 8-year-old. Literally 8 years old, apparently read it on Webtoon and liked it enough to get her mom to submit a piece of fan art for the fan art contest. And I was like, that's so cute! Why are you on the internet? It's like, you're adorable. There are bad words in my comic that you shouldn't be reading. I am not Disney Channel. Come back in like 5 years. You're adorable, but God, another thing is that, so I'm in, like, the Spider Forest Collective. We're just, like, a group of other comic peoples. And, several of our members are old enough to have kids. And so one of them actually has, like, I think she's 9-year-old daughter who has apparently been reading through a lot of the Spider Forest comments and leaving comments. Spider Forest comics and leaving comments. And apparently she's allowed to read anything that's not rated mature on the site. And she's apparently very into Cast Off, has a lot of Zara theories, and leaves so many comments, sometimes multiple per update. Very cute, very wholesome. At least your parents have apparently signed off that it's okay for you to read, but like, I was specifically thinking about Novocaine and Drift Away since you asked about the songs. Yeah, those are the two on Rory's playlist that I figure we're gonna get some people's ears perked up. It's me just being sneaky. Tee-hee. Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee-hee. Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee-hee-hee. Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. Tee-hee-hee. Anyway, look at these cookies. Yeah, I'm not big into Steven Universe, but I do enjoy the music, and that Drift Away song from the movie is on Rory's playlist. So, just saying. I sip my water with my pinky in the air like one would sip tea. Mm-hmm. AlleyCat10507, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. You guys, we're so close to 800. I'm excited. We're so close. Or is already traumatized, please not Rory. Spoiler alert! They're all traumatized! Whee! Some of them. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's traumatized. Some of them we've just haven't delved as deep into their traumas yet. Teehee. Cast off cast X therapy. The ultimate OTP. The only valid OTP. Is just everybody in the comic and a good therapist. You traumatized Frankie. Frankie's been traumatized! He's been traumatized long enough that he learned how to cover it up. Anyway. You gave the oh no! I did give the robot anxiety! Oh no! I never thought about that! Oh no! Frankie, my son, I'm sorry! Oh no! Who programs anxiety into a robot? Joke's on you for thinking that it was programmed. Nah, this is pure undistilled learned behavior, baby. Woohoo! I take another dramatic sip of my water. Stop! I will do no such thing. How could I? How could I? Because undergoing trauma and overcoming it makes characters stronger in their narrative. And also, I like to watch people squirm, exactly like this. If it wasn't as entertaining, I would have stopped a long time ago. Something to think about. I already cried at 1 a.m. about how poor Ariana had no childhood. Oh no! I'm sorry. Be nice to their characters. They're good. I say as another writer who traumatizes their characters. Heh. Listen, you gotta traumatize them a little bit. You gotta put them in a box and you gotta shake them up until they learn something about themselves. That's how stories work. Who designed the outfits is a Marina's Bakery. I like to think it's Marina's Bakery, so she probably designed them, yeah. I just wanted to draw cute uniforms. More than anything else. Okay, I think I'm gonna do highlights first, because then I'll have a better idea of where the light source is. Yay. I love drawing like lighting effects of like characters being backlit. And you kind of just get like the soft glow around them. From like kind of where the light is distorting the line art. I love it. I do it as much as I possibly can in the comic. But yeah, so remember what I said about Frankie being traumatized? Y'all know how I'm working on that Frankie bonus comic right now? Well, I think I'll just let you guys stew in that for a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not going to be like a full backstory reveal, but it will certainly be a glimpse into what is to come as far as poor robot has anxiety jokes. I'm both excited and terrified about it. Yeah, it's actually one of the reasons why I'm taking a brief slowdown on the comic is I just want to get the Frankie comic done. And I can't do that when I have to draw these dang detailed pages. I want to get the Frankie comic done so that I can see what theories people have about it. I think lacking backstory made it hard for me to like him so far. I'm excited. Yeah, Frank is definitely the one where you kind of have to, like, he's very, honestly, like, as open and cheerful as he is the one that we know the least about. So, you know. I'm excited. It's gonna be a little bit before we learn more of, like, his actual backstory and what his whole thing is, but I remember I was telling my brother about it the other day. My dear brother does not read my webcomic because he is not a comics person, but I was explaining it to him for some reason, and he was like, damn, okay. I was like, yeah! Giving characters problems, woo! Oh boy, are we doing... are we doing Harry Potter house headcanons in the chat now? I will be honest, it's not something I've put too much thought into. I kind of dropped off the Harry Potter train a long time ago. For reasons. Still like the world. Hard to enjoy now, unfortunately. I bought a Ravenclaw scarf when I went to Universal in Japan, and it is now a cat bed. My cat loves it. There's been very little Frankie and Marina interaction. I think they would be so cute. Yeah, everybody's gonna be friends. Everybody's gonna be friends. Oh, yeah, that's milkshake duck. That's what that's called. This is a weird name for a thing, but I hate that it makes so much sense. Like, oh, unfortunately, we've discovered that the duck is racist. Yes, trans rights. Trans rights in the stream. I will say it for you guys so you guys can make Star said trans rights jokes in the chat if you want to. You don't have to. I'm just giving you the opportunity to. Yeah, boy, yeah, boy, yeah, boy. Star said trans right, Star 2021. Make that a fucking Twitter. Tweet that shit and everybody gives 1,000 likes. That was the weirdest, like, amalgam of things that just came out of my mouth where I was, like, trying to drink water and make a funny sentence and it just, my brain got scrambled and it didn't work. Sometimes I just say words and I'm amazed that people, like, say other words back. Stop! We can't keep doing this. I'm drawing the line. This cannot continue. Beep boop. That was a Nier Automata reference for anyone who didn't catch it. Wink. God, you know what the worst thing ever is? Being hyperbolic, obviously, but just, like, the worst thing is that I keep thinking about, like, the super cool stuff I'm gonna get to draw and, like, the super exciting things that are coming up in, like, later chapters of the comic that I'm not gonna get to draw and post without it being spoilers for, like, several more years. I just keep thinking, like, oh wow, I wonder how people's reaction to this chapter is gonna be, and it's something that happens in, like, chapter 18, and we're on chapter 10, and it's been 6 fucking years, and I'm just like, oh god. The eternal webcomic struggle. It is a freaking struggle. Every day I'm struggling. Do. Because you guys, I have a playlist for my comics epilogue. For the epilogue of the comic. The final chapter that we will not be seeing for years. And I listen to it all the time. And I just think about how cool it will be when I can finally tell people, yes, this is how my comic ends. Yay! You made the playlist that far in advance. Mostly just the epilogue one because I think about it a lot and it gives me dokies. I usually make the chapter playlist like as the chapter comes out, but I do still have some like specific themed playlists, like the kind of hint hint wink wink nudge nudge one that I released on the Discord a few weeks ago. And then just like other themes. I've got some for characters that haven't officially shown up yet that I listen to a lot and just think about like someday I'll be able to post this playlist and people will make theories and yay, and I can finally explain why certain songs make me start bawling because I think about them in terms of my characters and always gonna be great someday. Great to be excited about your ending, though. I am excited. I don't want to share the excitement with people, but it's spoiler zone. Someday, damn it. Someday you'll see I'll finish my dang webcomic and then everyone will cry with me. There's like certain songs that I cannot unhear as cast-off songs now. And whenever I hear them, I'm just like, just immediately start crying. There's several. I could play them, but I'm worried that I'm gonna get DMCA'd by Twitch. Or YouTube when I eventually archive this thing. You've changed Fall Out Boy forever. I think I have more Panic at the Disco songs on my character playlist, but I get the idea, yeah. Just put the songs in the Discord. Yeah, I feel like I've posted them on Twitter in the past, and those tweets get like 0 engagement. Yeah, Ariana has so much Panic at the Disco. So much of it. It's not my fault that fucking Brandon Urie keeps making songs about my webcomic characters. I cannot be to blame for this. Panic at the Discord. Also, a way to attach to the cast-off characters. I am very excited by that concept that other people are as attached to my characters as I am. I feel like every creator, that's like the ultimate goal, right? You want to be able to tell a story and you want people to feel for your characters the same way that you do. If I can get real for a second. It's like my main goal with like making the comic and like telling stories and stuff is I want people to feel things. And I know that's kind of just like a baseline, like kind of, well, yeah, stories make people feel things. But I'm like, no, I want people to feel things. Like things, you know? I've said this on stream dozens of times, but there's always new people here, so I'll say it again. My main goal is to have a story that is so exciting to people that they think about it and theorize about it, and it occupies their thoughts even when they are not actively engaging with it. Because I can always tell myself when I really enjoy something, I find myself thinking about it and theorizing about it, even when I am not actively like listening to it. So I remember like these days it's usually a lot of podcasts. Like Adventure Zone does that for me. Magnus Archives did that a little bit, not as much. But Penumbra Podcast did that. Like, I was extremely, like, into that show for, like, a couple weeks, and now I'm super behind. Oh, yay! I am glad. Goal achieved! But yeah, so, that is the goal, so I am glad that it can be that for people. Like, I don't know if this is a weird thing to say. It probably is, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Like, people saying that, like, my comic is a hyperfixation is, like, the biggest compliment. Just because, for me, like, when I think about that and what that means to people, is that, like, they're so impacted by the story that they just can't stop thinking about it. And I'm like, that's my goal. Like, I want people to think about this comic and love it that much that they're thinking about it all the time. It's gonna make me cry again. No, don't cry. I mean, you can cry. Feel your feelings. I get emotional on these streams, you know? I think that would mean the world to anyone. That's true. That's true. But, like, I mean, that's true for me. And so I'm gonna say it. Like, I try not to use the word hyperfixation because I know it's like an ADD or like an ADD ADHD thing, and that's while I like feel like I have some symptoms that would like align with that, I've never been diagnosed and I don't think I'm actually ADHD, so I try not to use that word about myself. But I just enjoy it as like a concept that people are so attached to the story and the characters that they think about it a lot. It makes me really happy. Oh no, I didn't take it as dismissive. I'm sorry if it came off that way. I just wanted to clarify. What am I doing? There we go. There's my blender. There's my blender. Lighting effects, baby. That's helping me through my worst panic attack. Oh man! I'm sorry about your panic attack, but also that's really cool to hear. Thank you. I'm glad that the comic and the community that's kind of sprung up around it have helped people in any way, so that's really exciting. This is looking so good. Thank you. I was nervous about coloring it because I feel like with big detailed illustrations like this, there's so many places where things can go wrong. But I think it's coming out pretty okay. It's getting there. And dang, we still have an hour left of stream. I might just finish this on stream. Where to go? Oh. Wrong layer. Or wrong layer property. What's a light source? Does anyone know? 'Cause I don't. What even is a light source? Oh man, so hey, while I've got you guys here, I need to make more art hack TikToks. And I have been like, I've got just a Google Doc filled with like ideas. But while I've got you guys here, are there any things that I'm doing or any things just about art in general that you would like me to make a hashtag art hacks tutorial about? I'm already gonna do one about how I do shading because a few people have asked for that. And I'm doing that one that I said I was gonna do where I talk about like the outline method and other stuff you can do with it. But if there is anything else, please let me know and I will try and make a video about it. Help me come up with... I'm crowdsourcing content, baby! So glad I actually get to watch you draw. I've been using your TikToks to help myself learn digital art. I'm nowhere near your level, but I'm still so glad to watch the process. Aw, thank you! I am glad the tutorials have been helping. I remember when I first started Clip Studio Paint, I was like super freaking lost, and so I have been trying to post what I can. To try and help people out who were, at one point, in my same pair of tennis shoes. TikTok is the only place I don't follow you on. You post all those on Twitter, or am I missing a bunch of stuff? I post some of them on Twitter, but most TikToks just stay on TikTok for me, just because, like, I feel weird posting, like, just videos of me talking about things on other platforms. I don't know why, it's just, TikTok feels like kind of its own little beast. I'm gonna have to get a TikTok now, aren't I? My mom made a TikTok specifically so that she could see what I was posting, and now she's trying to be a TikTok superstar by posting videos of the armadillos she sees around their ranch property. She posted one the other day that was just like an armadillo with like the Jaws soundtrack underneath it. Insomnia Bunny, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. Guys, we're 2 people away from 800! What the heck? Oh my god. Thank you guys all for following and hanging out and chilling. Let's do it by the end of stream. We've got an hour to get 2 more followers. Woo! If you could show how you know how to make cloth bend, I'd love that. I'm not sure if I'd be able to make a good tutorial on that. Like, I'll try, but my method for clothes is just draw squiggle lines around where the fabric bends. I'm not very good at drawing fabric. The one thing that helped me learn how to draw fabric was just to, like, identify where pressure points are and then just kind of draw lines radiating from those pressure points. So wholesome, I'm gonna cry. Aw! Well, thank you for hanging out in the wholesome zone. The hashtag wholesome zone. We chill here 3 times a week. Just chilling. My art streams are the most chill, though. I'm thinking that after this week, I might take one of my gaming days and turn it into an art day, so that I can draw more on stream, because people seem to really enjoy the art streams. And I am artist. I do art. I just do games because I like to play games. And then people come to watch me play games and we hang out and it's a good vibe. But also, I have a lot of art to do. So, you know. Hydrate! Oh dang, I'm almost done with my big cup of water. I've been taking sips. Take a fucking sip, babes. Because the hydrate was... redeemed the hydrate. Art streams are my faves, but I just enjoy hanging out with you regardless of what you're streaming. Oh, thank you. I hope you enjoy the vibes. We are hashtag good vibe squad here. I feel like more art time is healthy considering what you said about your schedule, though. Yeah. I mostly just have, like, a lot of art projects that I'm trying to get finished, and so I think for a couple weeks we're probably gonna have more art streams, less game streams. Just so that I can have more time dedicated to, like, actually, you know, finishing the Frankie comic, and working on the actual comic, and finishing the Rune Factory 5 merch set. All that jazz. Because, like, I don't think I can have the Rune Factory 5 set finished by the time the game comes out. Because the game comes out in Japan at the end of May. Like, May 20th. And I don't think I can have it finished by then, but I sure would like to. I sure would like to, if possible. No overworking yourself. I'm doing my best. I have definitely overworked myself in the past, and now I'm aware of what not to do. So. Because we're listening to chill music. It's a chill vibe. I think we can have some real talk here. I am absolutely a workaholic. And it's less because I'm dedicated to my work. I just really like drawing and working on my comic and all that other stuff. To the point where I end up sacrificing free time a lot of the time. Just because, like, for me, getting stuff done gives me the serotonin. Like, to use that vernacular. Like, being able to cross things off my to-do list is, like, the biggest high I can get throughout the day. It's like, yay, I've accomplished this thing, I've done it, I finished it, and now I have time to work on something else. Like, that's why I keep a very detailed to-do list, because it gives me the good brain juice. But the bad news about that is that, yes, I do fall into overworking myself very easily, because I enjoy, like, taking on tasks and then seeing them to completion and then being able to mark them off my to-do list. Like, that is what I enjoy doing, but it's easy to overdo. And so that's what I'm kind of teetering on just a little bit, which is why I'm taking the comic slowdown for a little while. I'm nipping it in the bud, as they say, so that I don't actually get super burnt out. I can continue my usual pace, not have to rush, and still get all my stuff done on time. That is why the comic is going to be taking a slowdown for a few weeks. Because I acknowledge this about myself. I know that that is the type of person I am. I know that even if I take a break, I'm still going to keep working. But this way I don't have to rush myself, and I can continue to put out comics at the artistic level that I expect from myself. If that makes sense. I'm so bad at staying focused on things. Yeah, I get that. And it's one of those things where, like, people ask me, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay motivated? What tips do you have for staying motivated? And I'm like, I don't know. I just really like making my comic. I don't know if I can just tell you just make things that make you excited. I don't know if that's useful or good advice. But if it makes you feel better, I get distracted working on scripts too. I was working on the script for Chapter 11 last night, actually. I made a little bit of progress, not too much. I still have some pretty major stuff to figure out, like where a certain character is going to be for, like, because I have to decide by Chapter 11 where a certain character is going to be basically for the rest of the comic. Which means that I have to have that figured out. And I haven't figured it out yet, because I have to actually write, but I get distracted every time I sit down to write. I'm like, oh, I'm at my desk, I could be drawing right now. And I don't. That's largely because I'm busy due to end of college senior year. I mean, listen, that is a very, very reasonable reason to be distracted and not have time. Like, you'll have more free time after college, probably. Like, senior year is busy as shit. No matter, like, what your major is. Having to figure out a comic thing that's incoming is like the moon falling in Majora's Mask. That's exactly what it is. It's like, oh god, this is gonna set up this character's arc for the rest of the story. and I have to figure it out, and I keep just making new pages, and the comic keeps going, and I can't stop it, and what do? I haven't figured it out yet. Ah! Playing Bravely Default 2 again, and I'm stuck on the portal against the 3 lunatics, which I'm not naming for spoilers. How do you even manage to beat them? For me, beating some of those bosses, it was just level up more and then scream. I'm not exactly good at, like, strategizing. I'm more of, like, the berserker in that way. I just show up, throw some punches around, and hope for a decent outcome. One way to live your life. Does not reflect how I play video games. Screaming usually fixes problems. It does for me. Whenever I lose something, if I bitch about it on Twitter, I immediately find it. So I mean, you know, sometimes it works. Just saying. If it works, it works. Exactly. Okay, Evie Daisy Buds, thank you for coming. Thanks for chilling. Hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, night, whichever. See you next time. Make my enemies HP 0 before mine. Exactly. Exactly. I remember seeing a post somewhere on Twitter that was like very, very reminiscent of my style playing Pokemon. Where it's like, who actually uses stat boosting moves? This is full aggro or nothing. Which is exactly how I play Pokemon. Especially like the voice lines where they just scream, yeah, because it's just like, oh, what else is there to do but scream in this situation? And then they scream and you're like, ah. That sentence made no sense. Props to anyone who actually understood what I was going for there. Oh my gosh, you guys. You guys, guess what? New Pokemon Snap comes out on Friday. I'm so excited! We're gonna play it on stream, and I'm gonna scream so much. I'm gonna scream so much! I'm so fucking excited! I have been waiting for this for 20 years! Thereabouts! I'm so hype. Gobot 101, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. You guys, we're so close. We're so close. Who's gonna be number 800? Oh shit. Ooh. "20 years was a long one." Yep. Wait, hold on. My thing just updated. Are we actually at 800 now? Are we at 800? Is that correct? Am I looking? Guys, we hit 800, I think. Ah! Speaking of screaming, woo! I don't want to scream too much because I don't want to blow out you guys' ears. But yay, we hit 800! Ah, milestones on chat! Woo! Can I get a yeehaw? From anybody who has emotes. I need a yeehaw in the chat. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you guys for following and chilling and supporting the stream. It means a lot. Thank you for the yeehaws. Good vibes all around today. Good vibes. Good vibes, good tunes, cute art. What more could you possibly need on today? A story where children don't cry? Not gonna find that here, sorry. Anyway. Calling myself out. Big yeehaw. Hell yeah. So I think I figured out another emote that I need to do, in addition to the knockoff Pringles can, the Bingles can, because that is very 100% very necessary, needed in my life. I want to do one that's like, I abuse the, like, the two eyes looking suspiciously, emoji so much. I use that shit constantly, and so I feel like I need an emote that's just like my little character avatar doing that. Just like, so I can stop typing eyes emoji into other people's chats. Because I do that sometimes. Because on Twitch they don't have like an emoji keyboard unless they're on mobile, and so sometimes when people say things, I'll just comment eyeballs emoji. So I feel like I need that, but it's an emote. I might make that one of my like tier 2 or tier 3 emotes, because I still have those and I haven't ever made anything for them, because I figure like, not to be a total like downer on myself, but like, who's gonna sub at tier 2 or tier 3? Those are so expensive, and I'm not gonna fish for those, because like, people don't have that kind of money. But if I make it an emote for like tier 2 or tier 3, then some people can still unlock it with like the channel points thing, and it can still get used. So I think it would be a cute thing to make. I want more emotes. Why do only partners get so many emotes? I want them. Someday, in like 4 years, maybe I'll hit partner and then I can have all the emotes that I want. But not yet. Someday, maybe. I talked about this before, but I am like very, very casually aiming for partner, just because I am a goal person, and I like to have goals, and partner is a reasonable, like, achievable goal that I could get in the future. Because I want those emotes, dang it. It just feels a little odd to be, like, specifically aiming for partner if I don't plan on being a full-time streamer. Because whenever I hear somebody, like, aiming for partner, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna stream full-time, I want to be a full-time streamer, I'm aiming for Twitch partner. Teapot Twitch, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. We're talking about Twitch stuff. But yeah, it's just like, I wonder if there's like, because you always see like, I'm very heavily on like the Twitch side of TikTok, where people just like talk about like streamer tips and all that other stuff. And I see a lot of people talking about like aiming for partner, how to get partner, benefits of being partner. And I'm like, is it reasonable to try for partner if I have no goals to be a full-time streamer? And there's part of me that kind of like wants to post a video about it just to like put that conversation out there. I'm like, is it weird? I mean, I'm just gonna do me. I'm gonna do it regardless, but it just feels like my motives are different from so many other people's, and so then it's like harder for me to talk about. Because I don't know who else identifies with those feels, you know? You dig? some nice art. Thank you. This is a postcard that I'm drawing for my webcomics. I have a mail club for my webcomic. And so every month I send out stickers and a postcard, and so this is the postcard for May. I think any goal you want to place for yourself, even if you're only casual, I know plenty of people who have 9-to-5 jobs and are still aiming for partner. Yeah, that's true. I mean, for me, it's more like a validation thing. I'm like, am I the only one who's doing this? Please say no. It's just like, for me, I prefer to have a solid, achievable goal to aim for. And so partner is kind of that. Even though I'm not sure how much it would benefit me, it is still like something I can achieve and work towards, you know? So... oh, thank you. To both of you. But yeah, like, in the grand scheme of things, I'm still, like, very much kind of a novice when it comes to, like, streaming and Twitch and whatever. I'm just kind of making things up as I go, and just hoping it kind of makes sense. I'm still trying to get to affiliate. Yeah, I know. I see a lot of people, like, talking about how, like, affiliate's kind of a struggle if you don't already have an audience. Because, like, for me, I had been streaming for years before I came on Twitch. And even then, like, I didn't have a huge audience or anything, but it was enough that, like, I think for affiliate, you have to get, like, an average of 3 average viewers. I think when I got affiliate, I was averaging, like, 4 or 5 average viewers. The biggest push for me to get affiliate was hours streamed, because I could only stream, like, 1 day a week because of my weird time zone and my work schedule. But yeah, the big thing I see with people, like, doing tips and talking about, like, how to get affiliate is you have to kind of start promoting yourself and making things off of Twitch. Tip for affiliate is to cheat a little and boost that view number artificially. I mean, yeah, you can do that. I know another way is, like, if just, like, get a couple friends to watch your stream. My IRL buddies don't watch my streams very often, but they pop in occasionally. And when they do, they like to cause chaos and post memes. But I'm sure, like, if you came to people and were like, hey, I'm trying to get affiliate, can you, like, just hang out in my stream for a little while, a couple days a week? They'd be like, yeah, sure. At least if your friends were cool. Hydrate! Oh dang, I'm almost out of water though. Ah, beans. Don't have much water left. I will have to go refill it at some point. Oh man, you guys, can I babble about stream stuff for just a couple minutes? Because I need to get it off my chest, like, really badly. I was talking about this on Twitter last night a little bit, but it was at, like, midnight my time, and so I don't think a lot of people saw those tweets. Hydrate. Well, now I have to go refill my water cup because I'll babble when I get back. Sheesh. So I gotta go. Okay, I'm back. I have returned. Ready to hydrate and then babble. Because the people demand it. Okay. I'm now hydrated. Which is good, because like I needed to go get water anyway, so it worked out. But, so, last night, I was watching a friend's stream, and said friend has a VTuber avatar, and I was just like sitting there watching on like my second monitor while I did other things. I was like editing the podcast or whatever. And, my brother walked up behind me, because my back faces the entrance to my office where my computer is. And he just he was like holding the cat, and so he brought in the cat, which is like, hey, here's a cat. But when he walked up behind me, he's like, so when are you gonna be a VTuber? And I was like, brother, you can't just ask me things like that. Because I don't know. Because like, okay, I love the idea of just being a cute anime girl when I stream, and I'm kind of there already with like my little like animated avatar in the corner. But I'm not sure if I want to go like full VTuber, like get an actual avatar, do all that stuff. Because I want to just like keep the same vibe. And I'm not sure if, like, the full animation would be, like, a turnoff for people, because I know some people kind of creeped out by them. And being a PNG tuber is totally a VTuber. Yeah, it counts. I'm saying VTuber as... So, for the sake of this conversation, PNG tuber is what I have now, or ping tuber, or however people say it. VTuber, for me, implies fully animated motion capture avatar, just for the sake of this conversation. Because, like, I like my little PNG tuber avatar. I think it's cute. And yeah, like, if I did go full VTuber, I wouldn't want it to be 3D, because, like, I'm not a huge fan of how 3D looks the majority of the time. That's just my personal preference. It's not for me. Your style is way cuter. So yeah, like, what I would love to do is just, like, take this avatar that I'm working on, like, this style, and make it into a full, like, not 3D, I'm talking like the live 2D, where it's like a 2D image, but it kind of like moves and shifts like a person does. Because there's a difference between that and 3D. Live 2D is kind of like the weird mix between 2D and 3D. But I have like no interest in a full 3D avatar. Like, I don't especially enjoy the way it looks, and I want it to like emulate my style more. And so, for me, my biggest hurdles for doing that, for like going hashtag full VTuber, was I would need somebody else to rig the character model for me, because I have no desire to learn live 2D. Like, I would love to have time to sit down and learn it, but like, it's so far on the back burner, it's basically non-existent. Yeah, exactly. I need a skeleton dealer. But, like, getting the rigging done is expensive, and I'm like, I don't like, super want it that bad, because I'd have to, like, find somebody to do it. Like, I don't have a problem with paying people for their services, it's just, like, it's a whole thing. You know, it's a whole thing that I gotta deal with if I go down that route. But the other day, I was having a conversation with a very good friend of mine. Some of you guys might know Sarah. She is my podcast co-host. We were roommates in college. She's like one of my best friends. We were playing Monster Hunter together, and I was kind of telling her the skeleton dealer joke, actually. Like, that's exactly what got brought up in the conversation. And she was also an animation major, but she actually works in animation. She does like more animation stuff. Floop the Orange, thank you for the sub! Aw, thank you guys. It's like 3 subs in one day, I think, counting like resubs and stuff. You guys, thank you! We're on our way to that next emote. I'm excited. But yeah. And so I was just talking to her about it. And I was talking about like live 2D and all the rigging and stuff. And she's like, oh, well, I actually really like rigging. I've never used that software, but I kind of want to learn now that you've been talking about it. I'm like, oh, Sarah, do you want to be my skeleton dealer? And so she said, she has offered her services because, like, she told me that if I got her some art that she could learn to rig with, that she would just, like, rig a VTuber avatar for me. And I was like, Sarah, you're incredible, but now that, like, gateway to entry is pretty much out of the way, now I'm like, I actually have to think about it? Because I'm like, wait, well, now, like, I gotta get Sarah, like, a little VTuber model that she can actually, like, practice with and learn the program with, but that means that I have to make a VTuber in order to do that, which means that now I'm, like, actually, like, having to put thought into a potential character, and I could just, like, make something that I'd never use, but, like, no, if I'm gonna make this, I want to put some time and, like, thought into it, you know? And so now I'm thinking, like, if I did go full VTuber, like, what kind of character design would I go for? Because, like, my thing is, whenever I play a video game with, like, a character customizer, I always try to make the character look like myself, because I don't know what about it. Gotta finish Comics Up and Rune Factory merch first. Yeah, I know. So, like, it's very much, I have too many things on my plate. But I have time to think about it right now is the thing. So I'm brainstorming. I'm in the brainstorming period. Because, like, I would want my avatar to look like myself. Like, I'm not super down with the idea of, like, I know some VTubers do this, but it's not my jig. I don't necessarily want to play, like, a separate character. Like, on Twitter, it's like, oh, hi, I'm Star, I'm an artist. And then a VTuber is like, I am a demon from the underworld, and la-di-da-di-da. It's like, I don't want to play a character. I just want to be me as a cute anime girl, you know? I have, like, no interest in, like, playing a separate character. I just want to be me and come on stream and hang out with people and just have a cute little anime avatar. Because that's appealing to me, you know? Like, I'm not calling out people who do that. I've been on the internet for so long, I think it might be weird if I suddenly started doing that. Because, like, I already have an audience who knows me as Star, the artist and comics person. I don't want to be somebody else when I like, stream. I want to be able to talk about my comic and stuff. I want to be able to talk about my art. I want to be able to work on my art as myself. You know, I'm not especially interested in it as a roleplay thing. Which means that I want, like, next logical step is that if I made this avatar, I would want the avatar to look how I present myself on every platform. And how I present myself on every platform is just an anime avatar, little character version of myself. Like, an extremely exaggerated one with, like, eyes too big for he goddamn face and all that. But, like, I want the character to look like me. But that severely limits the character designs I am able to get away with and still be hashtag cool anime VTuber, you know? And also... I need you guys to not make fun of me for this next thing I'm about to say. So, I was a Tokyo Mew Mew weeb, like, that was kind of my first introduction to, like, the animes. I love, like, characters with, like, cat ears and shit so much. It's so cute, like, not even from a furry standpoint, it's just, like, good shapes. It's cute. I love, like, little cat ears, yeah. So, like, do I give my VTuber self cat ears or not? I don't know, because, like, on the one hand, I want them. On the other hand, people are going to call me a furry. On the other hand, no cringe allowed in this stream. Like, we are proud of ourselves no matter who we are, but also, I'm not sure if I can handle that level of being perceived on the internet. You know? So that's my thing. It's like, I might, like, kind of take my current little character and, like, modify it slightly. So that, like, I think a little cat ear character would be cute. But then all my friends are gonna say I'm a cat girl, and I'm like, no! Stop it. I just like how they look. I'm not a furry. Fuck you. Not that there's anything wrong with being a furry or whatever. I just know that my friends would tease me relentlessly. One day we'll just go on to stream and your PNG tuber has cat ears. Yeah, I mean, that could be the warm-up. That could be where it starts, is I just stick it on. Because, like, real talk, I've always wanted, like, one of those, like, very, very... Have you guys seen, like, those really nicely crafted, like, cat ear headphones? Or not headphones, like the little cat ear headbands that people make, like, with, like, the nice fur, and they, like, put, like, little designs and earrings on them. Oh, they're so cute. I've always wanted one, but they're expensive. And so I thought about, like, learning how to make them myself, and I chickened out. It's just like, oh, those are cute. Cons need to come back so I have an excuse to buy some of those and wear them. Damn it, because I can't just wear, like, cat ears out in public. I wore a Tokyo Mew Mew bell choker for the entirety of middle school. I can't regress this far. I can't just wear cat ears out in public. I has to be at a convention or something. Or else I would be too embarrassed of myself. Oh lord. ZX Mochi Uwu, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Stream Squad. Stream Scad. That's where I went to college. Kid. We never truly stop loving the things we love in middle school. I wish it were less true, but it's very, very true. I am, like Tokyo Mew Mew was kind of my, like, oh, cute animal girls. Hell yeah. I just like cat ears, man. They're cute. I like the shapes. I like cats. Yay. Like, they're very aesthetically pleasing to me. But would people make fun of me if I had a VTuber avatar with cat ears? Probably. But also... That's the current mood for me. Is want cat ears, but also embarrassed of myself. Is too anime? Maybe. Truly, we will never know. Okay, now I'm gonna do a little hair highlights. I'm excited for the new Tokyo Mew Mew anime. I hope it's good. I'm so mad. Apparently, the second season of Promised Neverland came out, and apparently it's very bad. Like, they completely butchered the content of the manga to, like, rewrite it for the anime, and apparently it's very, very bad, and I can't even bring myself to watch it because I'm so scared. Because I was, like, so excited for, like, some of the stuff they were gonna do that was coming up in the manga, and they apparently, like, apparently they completely skipped over all of the Goldie Pond stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck? That was yeah, they skipped it! Why would you skip that? That's what everyone was looking forward to, and they skipped it, and apparently it was just terrible, and I'm like, oh man. That's a freaking bummer and a half. Because the first season of Promised Neverland was freaking awesome. I loved it. Apparently the second season's trash. And I'm upset about it. I am upsetty spaghetti, as you will. Organize my layers real quick. Because I think we are good with the base color. Or just like the main colors here. Oh, I need to give them blushies. You gotta do blushies. Oh dang! Sonic Doodles, thank you for the raid! Hello, new folks! New people, new people, new people. I'm glad I'm done with my embarrassing catgirl conversation before the raid. Haha! Izzy Wizzy 69, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Stream Squad. What is up, everybody? We are getting close to being done. with this postcard. Okay, here it is. It's time to duel. Thank you for the follow. Also, welcome to the stream squad. But yeah, I need to give them blushies. We need blushies here. So that they look alive. Frankie doesn't get blushies, though. Because... well, I kind of don't want to say it because it's spoilers, but you guys know. Y'all know. Anyway, welcome new people. Hi, what's up? What's up? Oh, dang! Tipo Witch, thank you for the bits! Postcards are nice, I agree. This one's gonna be mailed out to my Patreon peoples next month. And so I have to have it finished by next month, which is why we're working on it today. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but in just a few days, it's gonna be May! I keep seeing just freaking pictures of raw instant ramen packets, and I'm like, I know exactly what this is about. We've reinvented hieroglyphs. And if you start seeing random pictures of uncooked instant ramen on your, like, Twitter or Tumblr dash, you know what's coming. It's like the Jaws theme, but for real life. Oh man, oh man. Oh, and now it's gonna take forever to save. Because it's a big-ass file. But yeah, I am. Please explain the ramen joke as I do not get it. From my meager understanding, what the ramen noodles joke is about is one of the people, I think the main singer of the, it's like that one, is it NSYNC? Is it NSYNC? So one of them boy bands from the 90s, his hair looks like uncooked ramen noodles because it's blonde and has very tight curls. Is it NSYNC? Is it the song? I don't remember. I don't know my boy bands. I was about to go eat, and every time I end a stream, I want to give other artists lots of love, so I hope you're having a good day. Oh, thank you! I am having a good day, and I try to do the same. I hope that you have a good... It's in sync. Oh, thank God! I was right. Okay. But yeah, I've been trying to do that too, so like when I have a chance, I like kind of just go through the art tag on Twitch and just see if I can find any new people to follow that I could potentially raid after my streams are done. Because I want to share the love. Streamers helping out other streamers. Yeet. I just think it's fun when I raid someone and then in the future I see my viewers in their chat and I'm like, oh, they stuck around! Hell yeah! I have succeeded in helping people find new streamers to enjoy. Ah, it's a good feel. It's a good emotion for me. Like, so I mean, you guys know Mim at this point. I raid Mim a lot just because we're usually streaming around the same time, but she goes later than I do. And I've seen like a couple of you guys pop up in her stream like before, like I haven't even raided and I see you guys. I'm like, yay! Spreading friendship! It's a good feel. It's a good emotion for me. Like, yay! Stretch break! Everybody take a stretch break. Straighten your back. Look up at the sky. The automaton, there it is. Oh man, I was trying to record a video the other day and I unintentionally did like not to toot my own horn or anything, very unintentionally, a pretty good automaton impression. Because I was just like, I was like stretching or something, and I just like, I'm not even going to try and do it because I think it was a one-hit wonder, but I'm like, that sounded like a fucking automaton. How did that noise come out of me? I don't even know if I'm saying automaton right. I'm just guessing at this point. Oh no! Why the timeout? Streamlabs, you've gone mad with power. So this is like one of my other favorite effects, that if I can get away with it and it's gonna look, if I can make it look good, it's one of my other favorite effects, is like when there's like a curtain in front of something and you can kind of make out the form behind the curtain with like the shadows that it casts. Mwah. Love doing that effect. Don't get to do it much, but when I do, it's my favorite. Thinks you're a bot. Oh no! Streamlabs, no! Automaton. I have no idea how you're supposed to pronounce it. I just pick a random pronunciation each time and pray. Like, I don't know if this is right, but I'm gonna say it anyway. We are not allowed to quote Nier Automata. Nope. Not allowed, apparently. Not allowed. Now it's time for my hashtag usual bullshit of just adding on soft blend layers until it looks aesthetically pleasing. It's my favorite thing. Automaton, because it makes tones. Yeah! Like, see, I get that. I'm probably still not saying it the same way you guys are thinking of it, though. I'm sorry. See, like, already, one layer, and, like, it warms up those greens in the background, and it makes it just nice and soft, glowy. Soft, glowy vibes. I kind of try to do glows like where the light hits and kind of spilling outside of it because light tend to bounce around. Leafy Lime, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. Can you please do a TikTok on how to do this? I probably should. I feel like this is like the one thing that I do for everything. New the stream and your art is so good. Thank you. Welcome. Enjoy the vibes. We're just chilling and having a good time. Having a good time. I forgot Vector's eye glowies. Oh god, what kind of mother am I? Hold still, my son. Don't worry, baby. I'm coming. Some people have actual children. I have webcomic characters and a cat and a dog. The eye glowies are very important, and I almost forgot them. I have to do his glowies. He must be my glowy boy. There we go, there we go, there we go. Maybe he wanted you to forget. Oh, don't say it like that. Now you're gonna make me feel bad. Now you're gonna make me feel bad about it. He's a glowy boy. It's what he do. Okay, that fixed it. Yeah, cool. Okay, so now, this might not work out the way I hope, but we're experimenting. That's the vibe here. We are gonna try and make these colors a little bit more cool toned. Film over, this is just so cute. Thank you! That's the goal! I must draw cute babies. I'm so excited to get this print. Aw, thanks! I'm glad. I try to make the mail clubs, like, interesting so that people want to say subscribe to it. But also, one thing I think I am going to start doing is making them on my store for patrons only. Just so that people who, like, maybe don't want to up their subscription for the month or they want to get like tracked shipping or whatever can. But yeah, because I made the I bought I paid the subscription for an app for Shopify that lets me like put passwords on listings. And I figure it's not that expensive. I might as well just keep it and keep using it. Because then I can use it for like other purposes. And it would be neat. So I'm gonna experiment with that this month and we'll see if it's worth keeping around. I just want to be able to give folks options, you know? I wouldn't mind having that option. Yeah, see? Because that way, it stays, like, Patreon exclusive, and it still feels special. But if people don't necessarily want to, like, up their pledge for the whole month, and they maybe just, like, want to get, like, one little thing, they can. I think that would be cool. And then that would also open it up to, like all patrons, I would leave that open to. So like even like $2 is my lowest tier, and then you can still get access to it if you are interested. Could you link the Shopify app at some point, please? It is called Locksmith, is the name of the app. I can't grab a link for it right now, but that is what it is called. If you want, it's like one of the first things that pops up if you search for like listing locking. It's like $10 a month, but I figure as long as it makes me more than that in sales every month, it's not a bad thing to have, and it's convenient. I wish it were a baseline function in Shopify, but what can you do? What can you do? Oh, you guys. I might not keep this, but I was gonna put like some little bokeh sparkles around the edge. What if we did the heart-shaped ones? Just very subtle, like in the corner, but like what if we did, okay, bigger than that, please, thank you. Just like some real subtle little hearts. This might be too much. I might not keep this, but art is about experimentation. Experimenting with cute little heart sparkles. Arts to express how we all feel about this adorable, peaceful, precious children. Exactly! Precious baby beans need some little heart confettis in their lives. Look at them go. Though I keep thinking about that tweet I made a couple months ago, where it was like comparing the Mail Club stuff to the actual like comic. Like, Cast Off Mail Club, cute, good times for all. And then Cast Off the actual comic is just like, oh god, angst and trauma. And it holds true. Every single month it is true. And it makes me laugh. I'm putting a little bit of motion blur on it. When we got the pirate art, I didn't imagine their boat adventures going quite like this. I don't think anyone foresaw this. You're gonna get on a boat, but not the way that you expect. Okay, let's do some regular sparkles now. This might be too much. I might need to tone this down later. But we're just vibing, having a good time with some sparkles. Monkey's paw clenches. Exactly. Exactly. Listen, I'll draw you guys ship art. It's just gonna be on actual boats. I remember at one point in the past, someone was asking me if I would ever draw ship art. And I'm like, what do you mean? Chapter 7 has all the ship art you could possibly want. I drew so many boats! And like, I know that's not what they mean, but I like to pretend to be obtuse sometimes, because it's funny. Riley Burgess, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. I don't know which way to pronounce your name, but regardless, I hope you have a good time. Look at the sparkles, look at the sparkles. So I think it is a bit too much sparkle, so I am gonna turn it down a little bit. Sometimes you just gotta draw ship art so that they kiss. But that requires me learning how to draw people kissing, and that's too hard. I'll learn how to 3D model an entire city skyline, but drawing two characters with their mouths touching? Too difficult. Too hard. No thank you. Considering the circumstances, I think we'll have to do that work ourselves. Hey, listen! I am not opposed to ship fan art. As long as it is within ships that are not Ariana Vector, thank you. I'm sorry, but I'm also not, because like, you know, like, come on. He's a baby. He's an infant child. And also, sometimes the best ship is the friendship that we made along the way. Hey. Like, that is definitely a theme that I am running with in the comic. Is that friendships are important too. God damn it. And I will die on this hill with so many friends whom I love dearly and care about. God damn it. You're gonna get a found family romp with good feels, and also working through sad feels and childhood trauma and current trauma. Imagine people who actually care about your happiness. I know, imagine, consider it. Consider this being a theme in a narrative. Having people that support you who don't necessarily want to bang you romantically, you know? Consider it, maybe. Consider it. What's happening? There we go. That was a weird glitch for a hot second. We are getting close to being done here with the stream and the art. I want to add some dust effects. Some little dust effects. I love Clip Studio Paint. I do too! Hell yeah, Clip Studio buddies, let's go. Instead of hand holding, you get high fives. Cons, none. I like how you censored hand holding. I love the, like, when it is used ironically for humor purposes, I love the, like, censoring of words that do not need to be censored. Like hand holding. makes me laugh every time. Like, I know that there are people out there who do that completely unironically, and those people are rather silly, I think. But just like the ironic humorous aspect of doing it, like censoring hand holding, makes me laugh. I think it's funny. Oops. Consider holding hands with your friends. There's 2 steps to glowies. First, motion blur. Second, Gaussian blur. People who unironically censor the name of a fandom or ship they don't like, cringe. Censoring hand-holding, hilarious. Exactly. I agree. Oh wait, I did motion blur again! Oh no! I wanted to do Gaussian blur. Make it fuzzy. Fuzzify it. Consider having friends. Yes, exactly. Have you considered having friends? Hmm? Checkmate. Okay, cool beat. I'm going to add a vignette and we'll see how a vignette looks. Soft around the corners. Soft around the corners. Make it soft, soft, dark vignette shading, softness. I've stumbled into doing a Dalek impression somehow. There we go. Perfection. I wish I was friends with these 5. Honestly, same. Just a gaggle of good beans over here. Look at these nerds. We're artists. We don't have much IRL friends. Speak for yourself! I do! I have many friends. I haven't been able to see them in a long time because cons aren't a thing right now. Boo. Still, Rory, you are... I love you, darling. You are blending in with the bookshelf too much. Tweak your skin tone just a little bit so that you don't blend in with the bookshelf you're sitting right in front of. I don't want to make you too pale because then you're going to look sick. It is a struggle. Okay, that's better. That's a little better. Or is it? Have any advice when it comes to speech bubbles? As in like drawing them or like layouts for them? Because those are 2 different things. Okay, and again, have you ever worked in illustration or illustrated a children's book? I haven't. It's not something that I have been actively pursuing. Depending on what if the opportunity ever came up, I would consider it. But right now, I'm working on my own stuff. I have a webcomic. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Because that's what this is from. These are the characters from my web series that I make for free. Wow. What was I gonna do here? Oh, yeah. I was going to see if maybe just like a very subtle gradient map on top would do anything for me. So let's play around. We're gonna play. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some good times. This might not accomplish anything, but we're gonna play around with it. We are playing. Oh, that's cool. That's kind of sepia toned. Soft. Ooh. Before, after. Oh, it's kind of warm. I kind of like that. Soft. Do you make your own bubbles when making comic pages because they look really nice? Yeah, I do make my own speech bubbles. Here, I can show you how I do it. Let me just open the file really quick. So I have like a base speech bubble that I just copy and paste. So here, I have like kind of just this rounded squircle that I use for like all my dialogue bubbles. And so let's say I wanted to add a dialogue bubble in here. I would just like whap, just drop it in. Like say if Ariana was saying something. So usually I would have like my dialogue laid out first. And then I would just come in and like add my dialogue bubbles. And then I make a new layer, just because it's a little bit easier, and then I draw on all the tails. So, like, all of the dialogue bubbles are on a separate layer up until, like, the very last second, because that makes it easier to, edit. Yeah, so I do that, and then Clip Studio lets you apply effects to groups of layers. So I'll put, like, the bubble and the tails all in the same group, and then I will put a stroke around them. Usually I do a 6-pixel stroke, but whichever one works for you is going to depend on your resolution and the size that you're drawing at. But yeah, so like having the tails on different layers means that if I don't like this tail, I can just erase it and not worry about messing up the original tail or like the bubble, and I can just swirl this around as much as I want. Just wet like that. That's how I do it. Do you have any tips and advice for beginners who aren't good at drawing? Practice drawing! Draw stuff that you see in your real life. Go find stock photos of poses and draw your OCs in that pose. It's how you can make life drawing more interesting, is to bring in something that you are interested in. I think I like this. I think I might be done here. I think we've achieved it, you guys. That was like exactly 3 hours, but we did it. Awesome. Perfect timing, too, because the stream is over, and I really gotta pee. Okay. I'm ending my TikTok live. Yeah, so I might go back and make a couple of tweaks before this goes to print. But there she blows, Captain. There she is. Hydrate. I said I needed to go to the bathroom and you guys are making me hydrate more. How dare you? There, sip just for you. Okay, let's see who is online that I can raid. Oh, okay. So I have raided this artist before. But she is nice, so we're gonna raid, what is she working on? Is she drawing? Or did she just start? What's going on here? Okay, she's got her BRB stream back. I think she might be playing a game. Let's find somebody who's doing art. Everybody I follow is doing art right now. Hey, here, help me out, you guys. Do you guys have any art streamers who are streaming right now that we could potentially raid? I'm looking for ideally someone who is smaller, like a smaller streamer. Where the raid would make more kind of like an impact. So if we can find somebody, and maybe someone who has like a similar art style. Let me see. Thanks for streaming. Looking forward to Cat, your character. Oh, you guys are gonna make me do it now that I've mentioned it, aren't you? Oh no. Oh, this art style is cute as heck. Who are you? I'm just looking at random people. Okay, I think I have found someone to raid. Cool. Activating the raid. This is Bia Busana is their username. Their art style is super cute, and I might be wrong, but this looks like Fire Emblem fan art? I think? If I'm not, then I was wrong. Oops. But their art style is super cute, And so I think folks who like my art will also like their art. So there you go. So while that's locking in, I'm gonna give my spiel. Thanks everybody for following. Lard430, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. But yeah, if anybody is hanging out here who is not already following, make sure you follow, and that way you'll get notified every time we go live. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you look in the schedule below my stream, it'll automatically adjust to your time zone. Neon Dusk, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream squad. And yeah, so I've already spieled about my webcomic, but this was a piece featuring characters from my webcomic, so if you haven't read it, I would love it if you did, because I work very hard on it, and it's my baby, and these are my babies. Also, I do stream announcements on Twitter, and also a lot of screaming. I also post art there. We also have a Discord. The Discord is mostly for my webcomic, but we do have a stream chat channel, and I do announce when I'm going live in there. My next stream is on Friday. We're going to be playing new Pokemon Snap. I'm very excited about it. I hope you guys will join me for that. But the raid is about to go, so I will see you guys next time. Thanks for chilling with me. I hope you had a good time and have a good rest of your day. Goodbye!